What's up everyone, this is Tony with JRNYcrypto. In this video we're going to be talking about the crypto markets and where I see things headed over the next couple weeks, as well as why I believe we could be on the verge of a huge altcoin rally and what type of altcoins I'm looking for. And we do have some other huge things in the news as well. I do want to talk about like the $600 million crypto hack. So before we get started, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell if you do want to be notified for my daily crypto videos. Alright guys, so the crypto markets are actually looking great. We did have Bitcoin break $46,000 again, so Bitcoin and the crypto space is holding strong. Now we're starting to see some of these top 50 coins that do have huge potential really starting to catch up, and I do believe we will be seeing much smaller market cap cryptocurrencies catching up very soon as well, specifically the ones that do have a lot of events coming up, as well as mainnets, huge upgrades to the network, things that will bring more demand to the project and help give more exposure to the project as well. So we do have Ethereum over $3,200 right now, BNB catching up at $400 again, ADA closing in on $2. So we do have Charles Hoskinson that is going to be doing an AMA on Friday and announcing when the launch date is for smart contracts, and that is pretty much the main launch of the Cardano project. That's what everyone has been waiting for. That's when the ecosystem is going to start taking off for Cardano. So of course a lot of people are buying the rumor to sell the news on this, to sell the mainnet. So we probably will see a small dip here depending on how the crypto markets are doing overall. If we do have Bitcoin and Ethereum rallying at the same time as that launch, I do think there's probably going to hardly be a dip. And then once we start seeing what type of projects are launching on the Cardano blockchain, I do believe ADA could take off even more. And I do still believe a $5 ADA is very possible this year. Depending how Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing, I do think a $10 ADA is still very possible by end of year. So of course, I'm not guaranteeing that. It really depends how the markets are doing as a whole. But regardless, I do think ADA is one of the best investments here out of the top 10 for end of year, just because so many things are going to be happening. Charles Hoskinson has stated that Cardano does have over 100 partnerships in the pipeline, and that was more so towards the beginning of this year. So I'm sure they have a lot more lined up now and a lot more coming together for end of year. So that's still one of my top holds. I'm just staking that, earning over 5% on that, which is huge compounding interest paid in ADA. So really, I'm just holding out mostly on most of my cryptocurrencies. I didn't sell any for the dip. Haven't really bought much on the dip either. What I've really been buying a lot of is NFTs though, and those have been done better profits for me than pretty much any cryptocurrency. Of course, those are much higher risk, and you really have to know what you're looking for in that. So I have done pretty good in that. I think I will be doing an NFT series, kind of doing like micro guides that will go in more details on how to buy NFTs, more information about NFTs, and really what you should be looking for. So besides that, we do have Polygon Matic up 18% today. I do think a lot of altcoins are just going to be bouncing around at different times when there is more attention on them. So real quick, I do want to talk about Axie Infinity's AXS token. This has had massive profit. This just broke $70 yesterday, which is just insane when you think about this, because beginning of the year, this was only around 50 to 70 cents. So that is now a 100x this is done in less than a year. So this is a prime example, I think, of what to look for in small cap cryptocurrencies, really cryptocurrencies that are flying under the radar, that are working on huge things that are actually going to bring a huge user base. So that's why Axie Infinity has been so successful, is because so many people actually want to play their Axie Infinity game, and so many people are using this to have fun, at the same time make a good side income as well. I have heard people are making $200 to $300 per month with this, but there is you do have to buy some NFTs to even get started in the game, so that will set you back as well. Just keep that in mind. So this is now at a $4 billion market cap for a game that's fairly new. They do have a second cryptocurrency. They also have NFTs. They have land, items. You actually buy the Axies as well, which are the creatures you use to battle and earn small love potion. So pretty crazy profits here. This is really the type of projects I'm looking for going forward, the ones that are under the radar, that I think will actually achieve what they're talking about and have a team that's actually going to do that. We do have to be cautious though, because there are of course going to be a lot of projects that are promising more than they can deliver, just because they have this token and they can just keep dumping this token. So there are going to be projects out there that are just using this as a quick cash grab. And that's another thing to be careful for in the NFT space as well. We have to be very careful whenever there's the markets are doing well and everything is peaking like this. That's when all the scammers come out and all the people just trying to get make some quick money here and not actually deliver on what they're talking about. So no matter how cool the concept is, you do have to be cautious of the team, which is very important to look into, which is why I do try to stay away from anonymous teams as well. But in the NFT space, that's actually kind of hard to avoid. So Bitcoin is looking great, hovering around $46,000. Everything else catching back up as well. Pretty crazy to see ADA approaching $2 and BNB back at $400. So I do think it's very likely we will test $50,000 Bitcoin at some point in August, but keep in mind we have had a lot of green days since July 20th. We have broken out of this accumulation phase here and now testing major resistance levels going back up to $50,000. So we do have another major resistance here around 47,000 to 47,500, and then more major resistance around $50,000 Bitcoin. And I do think it's likely we do have a small correction here since we've had so many green days in a row before really jumping up and testing the 47,500 and possibly $50,000 Bitcoin here. So I do believe that's possible at some point in August. So really this depends on the general sentiment in the markets and any big announcements as well. So something about the infrastructure bill, a lot of people were worried about this, but I do believe we're in the clear for quite a while now. Shout out to Elio for getting an update from Jake. So he said next it goes to the House, which is in recess until September 20th, which is basically what I stated in the last video. We'll fight for a fix there, but it's possible no amendments will be allowed. We have no control over that given the broader politics at play. It'll be months before it passes. So we're pretty much in the clear here for a couple months. And a lot of people I have been seeing opinions about this stating this is a good thing, because basically this shows that the US government is not trying to ban cryptocurrencies. They're just trying to tax it a little bit more than we would like, as well as some other things in this bill that are definitely not good for cryptocurrency holders in the United States. But regardless, this is going to take months, and then this wouldn't come into play until 2023 as well, from what I heard. So I think it's very possible the crypto space continues upwards in the meanwhile. So $50,000 Bitcoin in August, I think could be very likely, especially if we are headed back into the bull market and we are going to break Bitcoin all-time highs and hit that $100,000 Bitcoin by end of year. So on this channel, I do want to be transparent with you guys and look at both sides of possibilities and not just be constantly bullish and constantly talk about a higher Bitcoin price like some channels do. So Bitcoin bull trap phase almost complete. This was posted by Mr. Whale, who is bearish and stating that we are headed into a bear market still. A lot of people still believe that this is just a bull trap and that we will be headed even lower below $30,000 before heading into a flat zone where we will basically be sitting flat until the markets start picking up again. So personally, I do believe this is a possibility, but I think it's a much higher possibility that we will continue in an uptrend and see Bitcoin breaking $100,000 by end of year. Of course, anything can play out, and this depends on many factors. No one is going to predict things 100% accurately because no one can predict what's going to happen in the world or in the economy. We're in a phase in the economy where nothing is really certain. So much printing has happened. So many things have happened from coronavirus as well. So many businesses closing and everything. We have real estate taking off. The stock market took off. Crypto took off. And a lot of experts are predicting those crashing. So we have no idea what's going to happen in general. But I do believe people will be looking at cryptocurrencies again as an alternative to other assets, especially because it's pretty much impossible in my area to buy a house right now. There's 10 or 20 people that bid on the first day. They're paying cash, so it's just insane. You can't even get investments in some of these other areas and other markets. So I do believe a lot of people are looking at cryptocurrencies, especially because so many big companies are taking this seriously now as well, like Amazon looking to hire for crypto experience, possibly creating their own crypto. We have Visa and MasterCard launching crypto services by end of year. We did see Apple was hiring for crypto as well. So all kinds of things in the works here on the back end, and fundamentals continue rising regardless of what the prices are doing. So after we did crash here from around $64,000 Bitcoin to around $30,000 Bitcoin here not too long ago, everyone was commenting, claiming we were headed into a bear market. And that did cause a lot of people to panic sell around a $30,000 Bitcoin. And that's really unfortunate, because I even stated around that time, I would not sell around a $30,000 Bitcoin, even if I did believe we're headed into a bear market, because coming out of every bull market, there is multiple bounces and bull traps where you can get a much better exit than selling after the first major crash here. So coming out of this major crash, a major bounce is expected. So some bears are still claiming this is just a bull trap, and that we will be headed to lower lows and headed into an actual bear market that would be extended. All right, guys, so jumping into the crypto news, some huge stuff happening over the past 24 hours. So we did have an article here stating no, Bitcoin isn't entering a 2018-like bear cycle. New data suggests as Bitcoin targets 45,000. Even as Bitcoin trades almost 35% below its previous record high of about $65,000, long-term investors have not contributed actively to its decline. So basically, the majority of the sell-offs was from short-term new investors that just bought in and then panic sold around the meme coin hype, and when Tesla stopped accepting Bitcoin as payment. So the article also stating, despite a strong rally to 45,000, the Bitcoin market still has not seen a significant increase in altcoins over 1 year being spent. This is very different to the 2018 bear market, where old hands took exit liquidity on most relief rallies. So coming out of the last bull market in beginning of 2018, we were seeing a lot of accounts that had held for more than a year, taking a lot of profits, and that is natural because they're up so huge. But this time around, we're not seeing a lot of these older accounts that have been holding taking as much profit as we did see coming out of 2018's bull market. So that is definitely a good sign. Panic selling is missing, as well as short-term investors returning. So we're getting a lot of good data here that does show a lot of people returning to the crypto space, a lot of demand picking up, as well as just a lot less Bitcoin on supply on exchanges, which is definitely a good thing, because that will create a supply shock to Bitcoin once there is some more major demand. So if we do get a huge announcement like a company acquiring a couple $1 billion worth of Bitcoin randomly, that is going to cause a huge amount of demand, with there being less Bitcoin on exchanges as the whales continue to accumulate at those lower prices. That just means there's less Bitcoin available, so supply and demand, the price will rise as demand picks up and there's less supply in the markets. So a lot of people are expecting small cap cryptocurrencies to have a good rally very soon. Now that we do have Bitcoin breaking $45,000 support, a lot of other top 10 cryptos returning close to previous all-time highs like ADA, BNB, and Ethereum. So that's a lot of profits that can be spilling over into small caps now. And of course, the small cap cryptos take much less money to really rally much further. And just like I stated, when Bitcoin is dropping, the small cap altcoins drop even more. And when Bitcoin is on a steady uptrend, then the good small cap altcoins that do have huge events coming up will rally much harder than the top 10 cryptocurrencies. So by understanding that and using that to your advantage, you can definitely make some good profits in the cryptocurrency space if you do time things correctly. So traders hope for a new altcoin season now that Bitcoin turned $45,000 to support. Altcoins soar while Bitcoin bulls gather strength to attack $48,000. So it's definitely going to be a good sign if we see Bitcoin creeping up towards $50,000 resistance. And I do think those small caps, like I was saying, especially ones in the gaming and NFT space, since we did see Axie Infinity do 100x this year. Of course, Axie Infinity is a game that's actually being used and has a growing user base, and people are actually making money from that. So we really have to find those small cryptocurrency games that do have NFTs in crypto that are going to actually have a working product. Like I did mention earlier, there's going to be projects that just promise a lot of things that they'll just never achieve. So you do have to be very careful of that. So something interesting we did have over the last day is a huge attack, a huge hack that did lose $600 million. $600 million gone, the biggest crypto theft in history. So I don't know too much about this. I didn't really read into it. I've been just looking at NFTs all night, but This article does claim the hacker returned 260 million to the cryptocurrency platform after massive theft, which is only part of it, so I don't really understand what's going on here. Another article, Polynetwork hacker appears ready to return stolen funds. So I did see a lot of people on Twitter talking about writing the hacker, and apparently he returned a portion of it so far. I don't know why he didn't return all of it, but this is the biggest crypto hack in history so far. And usually this would cause a dip in the markets because of panic and everything, that people would lose their money or whatever. But this didn't even phase the crypto markets, which definitely another good sign. The crypto markets have actually been holding strong regardless of everything going on. The infrastructure bill I thought would cause a small dip around that time, and it didn't. The Ethereum London hard fork, everyone expected to cause a dip, and that didn't. So this crypto markets are in a steady uptrend, even going through some FUD and bad news. Definitely a good sign here that demand is building and that crypto is ready to break upwards again. So we also had crypto market cap return to $2 trillion for the first time since May. I did mention earlier. That's pretty huge in my opinion as well, getting back to those high global market caps, with a lot of top 20 cryptocurrencies now moving up, not just Bitcoin. So hopefully things continue in an uptrend. I would definitely like to see a $100,000 Bitcoin by end of year, but we do have to look at both sides of possibilities and understand the risk and have a good entry and exit strategy. That is very important going forward as well. Know exactly where you want to take profits and exactly where you want to be buying, and then be ready to execute on that. And that's how you're going to be most successful in the long term, rather than acting out of an emotion and panic selling, or FOMOing in and buying at peak prices. Not having a strategy like that planned out and acting out of emotion is what's going to make you do bad in the crypto space. So just keep that in mind. Take some time to sit down and write out a good strategy, and you definitely won't regret that, in my opinion. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys found it useful. As always, I appreciate if you guys liked the video, comment below, and share this video with friends or family that may find this type of content useful as well. I do regular crypto videos. I am trying to get back on one video per day as well. I've just been trying to catch up after I had COVID. I definitely fell behind on a lot of stuff, and as you guys know, I'm working on some stuff in the back end that I will be talking more about here soon also. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.